questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Monday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO, on the Book of Faces, and also on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. Just search Exploring Energy or KECO's Exploring Energy, and it'll get you right to it. Okay. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. On this 8th day of December, chicken pot pie, salad, and fruit cocktail. So, fruit cocktail, chicken pot pie, salad, Meals on Wheels, 1510 West 9th Street, 225-5821. You can call in your order if you'd like to make a donation to this 501(c) before the end of the year. It's tax deductible. Dining room hours are Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Anybody else, $8. That includes your tax and everything. Today, chicken pot pie, salad, and fruit cocktail. It's Donut Monday here at the station. It's time to make your Monday sweet. Head to SK Donuts in Elk City, your local donut spot with the freshest, fluffiest donuts in town. From classic glazed, cream, and jelly filled, there's a treat for everyone. And clutches are both affordable and delicious. SK Donuts, they have a drive-thru, 1926 West 3rd Street in Elk City. Fresh, local, delicious. Open 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you have specialty donut orders, you can call those in ahead. 243-9626, 243-9626. Don't dread Mondays. Do not worry. Be happy. SK Donuts. It's love at first bite. Carnegie Caravan continues to bring free books to you in the Elk City area, delivered right to you by the Friends of the Carnegie Library and the Carnegie Caravan. Call 225-0136, 225-0136. And if you're having trouble reading the regular size print, ask them about a free program that can help you with that. Still have time to nominate a hero. Tell us their story. This Christmas, help us spotlight Western Oklahoma's quiet do-gooders. Nominate a Santa's Christmas hero on 96.5 KECO FM website, KECOFM.com, KECOFM, like FrankMary.com. Think of all the selfless people you know that are always helping. Winners get a $250 prize from a KECO sponsor. We'll post the photos on Facebook, and it's quick entry, easy. Tell us their story. Deadline is December 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Go to KECOFM.com. and nominate a hero. We are going to have Anthony Moore, Speaker Pro Tem, and with us in the next segment. So looking forward to our visit with Anthony. As I'll give you some energy stock prices to start the day. Everything down just a little bit. West Texas Intermediate down 58 cents, trading at $59.50 a barrel. That's a January contract there. Brent crude oil on the Oz Futures Exchange down 59 cents, trading at $63.16. And that is the February contract out of London. Tocom crude oil out of Tokyo up 540 yen per kiloliter on a December contract. New York Mercantile Exchange natural oil gas down 26 cents, but trading at $5.03 per million BTU. That is also a January contract. All the refined products are down. Our Bob gasoline on the New York Mercantile Exchange January contract down $1.84 to $181.57. Heating oil on the New York Mercantile Exchange January contract down $2.80 to $233.49. And gas oil down $8.25 on a December contract out of New York City, trading at $675 per metric ton. Kind of froggy out there this morning. They've got bits and pieces of freezing fog. So be careful out there because, of course, it can be slick, especially on the overhead passes, anything up and off the ground. So the bridges and that, just keep a weary eye out because we don't want anybody having any kind of an accident this morning. Okay, here's your Baker Hughes rig count on this Monday morning. Oklahoma's rig activity was unchanged this past week. The nation saw a gain of 5 oil and gas rigs to reach a total of 549, according to the latest Baker Hughes rig count, released Friday. The national report indicated a gain of 6 rigs drilling for oil to reach 413, while the total of natural gas rigs fell by 1 to 129. The miscellaneous rig total was unchanged at 7 geothermal wells. There was an increase of 1 offshore rig to reach a total of 19, as they lost one a week ago and then now back up to 19. The U.S. count is 40 fewer than a year ago, when the total reached 589 in the past 12 months. The number of oil rigs fell by 69, while the number of natural gas drilling rigs increased by 27. The miscellaneous count grew by 2, so 2 more geothermal wells than a week ago. 27 more drilling for natural gas. You're going to see more of that, especially with that $5 per million BTU price for natural gas. Oklahoma's count in the past week remained at 41. Texas was unchanged at 226, while the total in New Mexico increased 1 to 107. North Dakota remained at 27, and the count in Louisiana grew by 4 to reach 46 rigs. Alaska remained at 9 on the Baker Hughes rig count. California was unchanged at 8. Colorado stayed at 13. The Red Top Rig Report, published in Wichita, showed Kansas remained at 13 active drilling rigs. Ohio continued with 13, a baker's dozen there, and the count in Pennsylvania was unchanged at 18. Utah saw no change with a total of 13 rigs. West Virginia remained at 7, and Wyoming continued with 15 active drilling rigs on the Baker Hughes rig count. So, really good deal there. In Oklahoma, again, staying steady with 41 active drilling rigs. I understand there's going to be some good capital expenditures here in Oklahoma after the first of the year. Like I said, if that natural gas price stays up around $5 or higher, and it was down 26 cents and still over $5, so it almost got up to $5.30 per gallon, or per million BTU. Okay, this advanced reactor pilot project picks eastern Kansas for its site. Deep Fission, a pioneering advanced nuclear energy company placing small modular pressurized water reactors in boreholes 1 mile underground, announced that it has selected the Great Plains Industrial Park in Parsons, Kansas, as the site of its advanced reactor pilot project. The Berkeley, California-based company will hold a groundbreaking ceremony on Tuesday, December the 9th, tomorrow, marking a significant milestone in the company's first demonstration of the gravity nuclear reactor. Deep Fission is participating in the U.S. Department of Energy's Reactor Pilot Program, an initiative designed to accelerate the deployment of advanced nuclear technologies through a streamlined regulatory pathway under the Atomic Energy Act. Pending Department of Energy authorization, the company aims to complete construction of its first reactor and achieve by July 4th of 2026. At the Kansas location, Deep Fission and the Great Plains Development Authority have signed a letter of intent outlining their collaboration in the pilot, with the parties' intention to develop a full-scale commercial project at the same site. So the pilot is an exciting first step toward energy abundant America, said Liz Mueller, co-founder and CEO of Deep Fission. We're proud to partner with the Great Plains Industrial Park in southeast Kansas. Our gravity reactor is designed to deliver safer, faster, and dramatically cheaper energy. We're grateful to the administration for the opportunity to move from this vision to reality through the program. Kansas has long been a leader in energy production, and we're continuing to diversify our portfolio with innovative technologies such as advanced nuclear, Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of Commerce David Toland said. As Deep Fission prepares to demonstrate its DOE-supported pilot reactor in Parsons, Commerce will support their, efforts to integrate a thoughtful and transparent community engagement process that gives our local residents clear avenues to ask questions and be part of the conversation. We've said it many times on this show, once you start talking nuclear, it gets a little sticky in some situations. I think we're going to go nuclear in the next segment or two with our very own House Speaker Pro Tem, District 55 State Representative Anthony Moore, right after this on the Monday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Stick around, won't you?
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations, and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
You got 5-6 tractors out there, you got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
It's time to make your Monday sweet. Head to SK Donuts, your local donut spot with the freshest, fluffiest donuts in town. From classic glaze to cream and jelly filled, there's a treat for everyone. And their kolaches are both affordable and delicious. SK Donuts on West 3rd Street in Elk City. Fresh, local, delicious. Don't dread Mondays. Do not worry. Be happy at SK Donuts. Open 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I just learned that people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas have just restored their 20,000th well site. They've been doing this work voluntarily now for decades, spending tens of millions of dollars restoring one well site at a time. Many of these old well sites are 50 to 100 years old, abandoned by their original owners. But now, the land is restored, so the current owners can make it productive for generations to come. See how they do it at oerb.com/micro.
This Christmas, be sure and visit Dameron Jewelers in downtown Elk City and enjoy savings throughout the store. You'll find Western Oklahoma's finest selection of diamonds, plus custom jewelry pieces, Fossil, Baby G, G-Shock, and Citizens men's and women's watches, unique gift ideas, and more. Holiday hours, they'll be open every Monday through Saturday after Thanksgiving through December 20th, and open Sunday, December 21st from 1 to 5, and Christmas Eve from 9 to 4. Remember, this holiday season, shop local, shop smart, shop Elk City, and shop Dameron Jewelers in downtown Elk City, where they're famous for diamonds.
Need a trip hopper, feed buggy, or cattle chute? Call Barnes Feed Service in Hobart, Oklahoma. 580-726-2120.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street. Branch managers Jeremy Bridgman for equipment sales. Talk to Bart Shields or equipment rental, EJ Gredeman. Anyone there will take care of you, however. Their team trying to be a partner in your project, and they will be a valuable partner in your project, especially if you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent. Their new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO's leading provider for Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors, proudly serving this area with construction equipment like the big stuff: tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, pavers. ASCO Equipment sells and rents and provides parts and service for ag, construction, material handling, and mining equipment. 27 locations throughout Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. We have one right here. 140 field service trucks, 200 factory-trained certified technicians. They'll come and work on your equipment no matter what brand it is, when you bought it, where you bought it. They also offer flexible rental options with daily, weekly, monthly payments, affordable rates. With ASCO Rental Services, you gain a partner committed to your project success, offering in not just equipment, but support, maintenance, and expertise. And they'll let you even rent to own. Trade in your old equipment for new. ASCO Equipment online, ASCOEQ.com. Call 323-3422. That's 3422. Online at ASCOEQ.com. Located at 513 West 20th Street. Fred Steakhouse, located right at exit 38 off I-40 South Main Street. They're your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon. Sirloins are hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. Fred's is also home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. Served daily, hand-battered with country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. Chicken's your choice. They got 7 kinds. Maybe seafood, that's what you crave. Or freshwater catfish. They've got fried catfish out there. Appetizers sure to please everyone. Also, you can cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts, and they have a full-service bar. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event. Located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City, or call 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And DCP Services, we appreciate Jeff and Terry Davis family. Toby, Carly, all the good folks. DCP Services can be found on Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501. Roustabout Division, Lease Operators Division, Wireline Division with both braided and slick line options. Their pump repair shop in Cordell. DCP Services is truly a diversified oil field company offering the right services with the right people on the job. Again, call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501. Tell them we sent you. All right, I'm going to send you right over here to a guy that's going to smarten up the show really quickly. Speaker Pro Tem of the state of Oklahoma, Representative Anthony Moore. Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm better than I deserve, no doubt about it. Getting ready for the old Christmas season, man. It's gonna be here before you know it.
Brother, it is upon us.
It doesn't take long. The older you get.
No, it really. Yeah, it seems like it comes around faster and faster, but especially once you get close to Thanksgiving, it's just a downhill slide.
Yeah, it really is, and it's just it's fast and furious, and like I said, we're already on the 9th or the 8th day of December already. Seems like yesterday was Y2K to me. That's nuts. Anyway, Anthony,
I remember that.
How are things going on? You know, I know there's no off season. You and I talk about it, but then again, too, when you're not in session, that's when the games are won or lost. So, how are things going right now?
Without a doubt. Well, right now it's been really good. Last Friday was our deadline for initial bill filings, as far as just reservation of information. So you had to if you don't know what title the bill is going to be in, you at least have to send kind of a summary of what you're wanting to do in order to let staff know to start working on having shells ready for, say, like a title, I don't know, say it's dealing with sales tax, Title 68, or going to deal with vehicle tags and Title 47. So they kind of start getting an idea of where they're at, because they split those up internally between them. So that kind of gives them a chance to start seeing, hey, all right, this person's got too many, this person's got a few less, we can give them some more, some things like that. So that all went last Friday. I think we talk about it every year about this time, just kind of as a reminder to folks. The House side, you can file as many bills as you want, but you can really only carry 8 unless you get what's called an overrate exception. I think the most I've ever carried in a year was 11 last year on the House side, and that doesn't count Senate bills that come over. But it's always an interesting time of year for me when folks, when I start filing, because I get a lot of requests. I don't mind doing the work, and quite frankly, it's a lot like being an attorney. I'm just used to juggling, and so I was at 42 requests when I left the House on Thursday. Ended up with a 43rd request. So I think this is the second year in a row that I've got 43 requests. 42, just 42 this year. So I'm one less than last year, so I'm doing good. But obviously that's too many. I'm going to have to start finding some friends and colleagues to kind of send some stuff over to, and start making a list kind of internally on what can go this year, and what can I start in the Senate. Maybe we can get a counterpart in the Senate to run a bill. Unlike the House, the Senate can file as many bills as they want, and carry as many bills as they want. They don't have a limit. I don't think very many get more than 8 herd in a year, but definitely something definitely interesting for sure.
Well, so many things going on as far as you know, the oil and gas industry and energy in a whole, with the you know, the AI data centers, the nuclear small modular nuclear reactors, and those kind of things like that. Are you seeing anything on that side of the world that is working its way through, or going to address some issues, or maybe even be proactive?
Oh, yeah, no. So I was planning to run some legislation for some OCC cleanup to try to help these, you know, because most of your listeners know that when we get a well done or a well's proposed, you know, the other folks have a chance to protest. And we've had a couple companies abuse that process where they're protesting. They're protesting. So, and then right at the last minute they protest and drag it out, and then the last minute they drop the protest. So it's, you know, kind of it's just a stall tactic. It's really not right. It's not the way industry should run. You know, in any business. You know. So I was planning on running some cleanup for that, and I think internally the folks at the the different associations for these producers have kind of worked it out, and I think that they're going to take care, police their own, and that's really what I prefer. I think the fact that they knew some legislation was coming was about maybe helped motivate them a little bit. It shouldn't take that, but sometimes it does. It's just like kids. Sometimes you got one that you can give a look to, and that'll end it. Sometimes you got to do a little bit more. So, got that one figured out. I am running a constituent request bill to explore the idea, see what it would look like at exempting frac water sales from sales tax. Obviously that's going to be an uphill fight, just because we've got folks that, anytime you touch any kind of taxes are going to get all up in arms, because we want to make sure we're not impacting the state too much. But if you own the water at your property and you sell the water at your property, I don't understand why you're paying sales tax for something that you own, but doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But something we're going to look at this year. That's a constituent request that definitely impacts the industry too.
Well, like you said, there are people that sometimes take advantage of certain situations, loopholes, I guess that's what they call them, or just pushing the edge. And sometimes, like you said, you got to, turn around and say, okay, hey, enough is enough. I love the fact that your legalese background makes it much easier to deal with some of these problems on, where it falls within the rule of law. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Anthony, and I know it's near and dear to your heart, and also to Nick Archer, and that's education. State of Oklahoma, we're seeing all these reports about how terrible we are in our testing and those kind of things like that. Is there anything working through the House right now that could possibly help in that arena?
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be another huge issue this year, just like it was last year. I expect, it's so funny because I don't remember the first 3 or 4 years ever filing a Title 70 bill, which is, dealing with education. Wow. And I think I'm just looking at my list. I think I have seven bills out of that, 42 or so that are going to be education related. I've got a lot of requests. I got to talk to a lot of people. There's a lot of things that I see just dealing with my own family. And I was talking to one of our superintendents recently, though. The thing that frustrates me, and you get it, I mean, you were a former school board member. Sure. I don't think folks in Elk City or Cheyenne or Hammond or Creighton or Sweetwater or Eric or Sayre or Clinton feel like they're not getting a good education for their kids. My third grader reads at 11th grade level. My freshman decided not to take the ACT in December, but, could have easily taken it, and I had no doubt she would have done well enough to get into college as a freshman. So they're not, the system's not failing them. So what's the difference? And that difference is involvement at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my kid doesn't get to go to archery practice if his homework's not done before. He wanted to be in the Christmas parade last week on a float, and I said, your homework's not done. You're not going. Well, guess what? He got motivated. He got that stuff done. And it's funny because the coach said, that's really good parenting. And I said, Coach, all due respect, it's not. It's just called parenting. It's not. It's just the bare minimum. You know, I signed up to be a parent to put these kids in a place to succeed, and that, you know, and that expectation level doesn't change just because it's more convenient for me to put them in front of a TV or an Xbox controller or whatever, you know, a telephone, you know, cell phone, whatever. And so, you know, it's just the simple parenting stuff that we've got to get back to. And listen, there are tons of great parents out there.
Sure.
But we have got to get parents more involved. We've got to get the community more involved, because the reality is it doesn't matter. You know, the sad reality is most of these companies that are coming in looking to come to Oklahoma, they see those grades. They know the reality of it. Like, you know, they're not overly concerned, but you know, that Oklahoma City and Tulsa, if we're trying to recruit jobs out here to Western Oklahoma, we've got to have good schools.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to have school, and we do. Listen, we've got plenty of schools out here that have great grades too. But people like to look at this snapshot and say, well, you know, you got a D school or you got a C school or whatever it is, and try to make a assumption at that point, or they'll just, you know, pick a different school somewhere in the area. And that's unfair. That's unfair to these teachers that are working their tail off. And listen, same thing as parents, right? Are there teachers out there that don't bust it? Sure. I mean, there's lawyers out there, there's radio folks out there. I mean, there's someone in every job that's making us all look bad, right? But the sad reality is we've just got to do a better job of putting our kids in places where they can succeed. You just have to. So I think that, you know, I think there'll be a lot, especially, you know, the number one thing that we've heard so far this year is, you know, Mississippi Miracle. We're working on early childhood literacy, which is super important. We have got to make sure that our kids can read. You know, up to third grade, you're learning to read, and then the rest of your time, you're reading to learn. And if you're in eighth grade and you read at a third grade level, you're not going to be able to learn. It's just not. It's not conducive. And so we've got to quit failing people forward. If you can't read at third grade, you need to stay in third grade till you can read. And maybe that'll get parents more involved. I think, you know, and there's going to be a lot of tough things we talk about there. It's going to be hard on teachers. It's going to be harder on some parents. It's going to be hard on districts. But the reality is we have got to start holding kids and parents, and you know, so there's got to be some accountability on their side too. It can't just be like well, you know, you haven't done this well, and you've done really terrible in class, but we got to move you forward because we need to keep sending you through.
You know, you and I use a lot of sports analogies, and it's if the parents aren't involved, it makes no difference how good the coach is or how good the teacher is, because they just have them for a few hours, you know, each day. And you're right, it starts at home.
Well, and you know, back when we were growing up, man, you want to talk about dating yourself, start saying things like back when we grew up. But, you know, for teachers just taught. And my mom was a teacher, so I understand exactly what it looked like. And I was up at the school all the time, at nights and weekends and over summer break even, you know. So I know better than to say that, you know, teachers are a part-time job. It's kind of like the old legislative part-time job I've got. But we just have to support them and we've done a better job of changing the narrative around teachers. But at the end of the day, you know, teachers just taught, and they went home and they graded papers. They didn't have to deal with mental health issues. They didn't have to deal with food insecurity issues. They didn't have to deal with all this extra baggage that these kids are bringing to school now.
The language barrier, I mean, all that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just unreal. So we have got to do a better job of taking care of some of the supports around, you know, around our teachers, because they don't need to be dealing with that piece. They just need to teach, and so that's where some of, taking care of some of our support staff, doing some things like that where we can put them in a really good spot, to be able to be successful would really be helpful.
Anthony, can you stick around for another segment, brother?
You know it, brother.
Fantastic. We're visiting with Speaker Pro Tem Anthony Moore, the state of Oklahoma representative. We'll continue our visit with him right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Help us celebrate Black Friday all month long at Windy Nissan with great deals on new and used vehicles with nearly 200 to choose from. Interest rates as low as 0%. Payments as far out as 90 days. Payments as low as $199 a month on select used vehicles. We truly have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got brand new Frontiers with 6-inch lift kits, leveling kits, off-road wheels and tires, cold air intakes, exhaust. We have used cars as low as $69.99. Gas mileage as much as 40 miles per gallon on brand new Nissan Versa. Rebates as high as $5,000 plus discount off new Murano and new Nissan Pathfinder. It's Black Friday all month long right here at Windy Nissan in Elk City, Oklahoma, your hometown dealer. Windy Nissan is now offering Sunbit financing in our service department for service tickets as low as $400 or up to $10,000. Interest rates starting as low as 0% and finance terms as long as 72 months at Windy Nissan, your hometown dealer. Black Friday all month long.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. Got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
You get a cup of coffee, you walk up to the cashier to pay, and there it is, a world of possibilities right there at your fingertips. The Penny News, our free gift to you.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
The show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, part of the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. They got a very important workshop coming up December the 11th. AI, robotics, and the future of data management in the energy industry. It's December 11th, 11 a.m., Zoom meeting. It's free. We're engaging discussions with a panel of experts on AI, robotics, and the future of data management, exploring how content and analytics drive smarter decisions from the whiteboard to the boardroom. So that's all going to happen December the 11th. Get yourself registered to attend that by the end of business December 10th. In January, they're going to have a Tier 2 reporting. And then in January 29th, they're going to have SPCC training. So just simply go to www.soer.oerb.com and get yourself registered, or click on the top where it says Producer Education Workshops, and it'll let you know what's coming up and give you a little more detailed information. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. Talk about how important education is. Education in our industry is also paramount. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil has the same specifications, lubricates the same as the designer brands, but Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. CamrockSupply.com, CamrockSupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. And David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. David's a good friend of mine, but he is even a better certified mineral manager. He's been managing minerals and royalties for himself and others for almost 50 years now. It's a always changing, complicated process. David understands it. He'll help you navigate through every aspect of it and get you the most out of your royalties. David's truly a man of integrity, a man you'll be glad you're doing business with. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, you don't want somebody taking advantage of you. David, someone you can trust that won't do that. He'll give you a fair shake. He's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698, or look him up on the intraweb. Okay, going to get over here and talk to Anthony Moore again, our Speaker Pro Tem, Oklahoma House of Representatives. Anthony, this next year, it's the midterms. There's some elections. Now, have you drawn an opponent?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
When's the filing deadline?
Well, I mean, you can sign up any time, but the official filing, the 3-day window where you go to the Capitol and do all the stuff is in April.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you straight up, man, I can't imagine you drawing an opponent, but even if you do, I can't imagine anybody that would have a shot at it. But this governor race, let's talk about that a little bit. One of the speakers of the House, the former the longest-serving Speaker of the House, McCall.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the campaign that he is running and how you see this thing going.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I don't want to focus in just on him, but I've been really disappointed, honestly. Let's talk about Western Oklahoma. This is a Western Oklahoma show. I think we've talked about this. Save Oklahoma plan before on here. I know you have, even if it wasn't with me, where you've got these groups that, they're against this, they're against that, they're against, and it sounds good, on its, on its face. Some of it does. Some of it sounds good, but it's this group that, calls themselves the real conservatives, and they're fighting the green energy agenda and whatever, which sounds great on its face or whatever to some folks. They want to prohibit use of biosolids or windmills or, whatever. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, and this is what I said to the Conservation Commission, that had a bunch of folks that are in our listening area there. Whether you're for windmills or against windmills, whether you're for biosolid or against biosolid, whether you're for, whether you're for conservation or not, whether you're for no-till or not, I don't care. But what I'm for is I'm for property rights. And once we get to the point that the pro-property rights groups are saying, well, we're for doing this, but you can't do that on your land, we've gone too far. Our number one thing should always be protecting the rights of individuals within reason, as long as they're not doing anything to harm anyone else, or make if you're putting something in your ground that makes the ground next to you, unlivable, or pollutes the water, or things like that. You think about soil farming. There's a lot of folks that hate soil farming too, but does that mean that someone shouldn't soil farm on their land if they want to, if they think it's valuable to them to put the nutrients back in the ground and really, try to help their output? We've had tons of scientific data that said, that's safe, that it's not putting anything into our food that's, and so we've got to trust the science there. And so we get some of these folks, and Speaker McCall signed that plan. And I will never vote for someone who believes in that plan.
Right.
There are things in that I don't mind. One of the things is a mandatory E-Verify for all businesses. And if you ask them why, it sounds really good because they say, well, we want businesses to follow the law to not get undercut by those with hiring illegal labor, which sounds great on its face. Like, sure, I think most of us out here in Western Oklahoma don't want to be undercut by someone that's not following it right. But all that is if you have a mom and pop shop or you're a farmer and you want to hire a couple hands for the summer during your busy season, you've got a mandatory E-Verify where you have to go into the government, let them start tracking you, keep a database of everything you do and who's working for you. That's a registry. That's all that is. And last time I checked, that's not a conservative principle. We don't need the government in our business. And so, it just, and then some of the stuff on this list, like criminalization of hostile foreign ownership of land, guess what? That's in the Oklahoma Constitution. We've already done that. I've passed 3 bills to help strengthen that over the last 5 years. Like, we're also going to make water wet and the sky blue. Let's get real about this stuff because, and here's the other thing that I think that's frustrating for me. If we couldn't do this as Speaker of the House for 8 years, what makes me so certain that all of a sudden when you don't make laws anymore, because let's be clear, that's not the governor's job.
Nope.
The governor cannot make law. He can veto law. He can request the legislature to do some things, but can't make law. And so, if you couldn't do it in 8 years as Speaker of the House when you could make law, what makes me think that I should be so confident now?
Agreed.
So that's just frustrating to me.
Well, I appreciate your opinion in that, and I hope people are out there listening. And what we do is we encourage everybody, vet your candidates, look and see what their track record is, and don't be fooled by window dressing. It's real easy to say, hey, we're going to make Oklahoma great when we're already great in a lot of areas, So, Anthony, what's the best way for – go ahead.
No, you're fine. I think that we just need people to be smart here. Do your homework. Don't get caught. Don't let one mailer, don't let one TV ad, don't let one of anything else. Just frustrating at all. Don't let one of those things sway you one way or the other. Look at it as a totality, just like you do. Like, listen, when you chose your spouse, you didn't make one thing. Didn't decide it. It was everything, the good, the bad. And listen, there's some of that in every candidate. The only candidate I didn't really know very well was Chip Keating, and I got to meet Chip Keating last week. And just first blush, I'm impressed. And so I'm going to do some more digging on Chip Keating. And so just things like that. Let's do your homework, be informed. Don't and not informed by mailers and TV because those paid ads. I mean, listen, I can put out mailers and TV ads that say that I'm a lot better looking, a lot skinnier than I am. That doesn't make it so.
It sure doesn't. Well, he'll always be better looking and skinnier in my book. Anthony, how can people get a hold of you, buddy?
That's why I love you, man. Best way to get a hold of me is anthony.moore@okhouse.gov. Anthony.moore@okhouse.gov. And that's I'll get back to you real quick there. We're out of time. Friday was, as I said, a deadline. But if you have things we want to look at, we may still have different paths to get stuff done. But it needs to happen this month. We've got to have full language by the end of December. So hot and heavy.
Fantastic, man. Merry Christmas to you and yours, Anthony. As always, thank you for carving out time to visit with our listeners and carving out time to give of yourself, even at the expense of your own family sometimes, to represent us as well as you do. Keep fighting that good fight, man.
All right. Sounds great. Appreciate you, and everybody have a great week.
You bet. Give my best to the family. Anthony Moore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a quick break. Got my lovely assistant with her pink mic sock and all that. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
House shoes are always a good little stocking stuffer, or just like a cozy little gift to get. A house shoe with a blanket combined. I don't feel like you can go wrong there. We have a brand called Spongel. It's soap on a sponge, and it goes up to at least 25 plus uses. That's a great stocking stuffer to come in and get. We also have little jewelry boxes. We have teleties. We have perfume. So several different items to look out for stockings.
What are those right over? They look familiar. What am I pointing at?
Those beautiful nutcrackers. I just love nutcrackers. They are just so fun and just make a great table display.
Tell me about these things right here.
They kind of remind me of the Whoville trees. They are just fun addition to winter, and I feel like you can leave them up all winter long. It's not just one of those Christmas trees that you feel like you want to just take down as soon as Christmas is over. Any gift you buy, whether it is small or you have 4 bag loads, we offer free gift wrapping. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gredeman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot, and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins, to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Are you looking for the perfect place to call home this Christmas? Culverstone Homes in Elk City is here to make it happen. Step into a beautiful, energy-efficient home built for comfort, family, and lots of holiday memories. And if you need space for your toys, tools, or business, Cyclone Metal Buildings by Culverstone has you covered with durable, customizable buildings made to fit any lifestyle. Damon Culver and Terry Stone, along with their families and crew, would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Elk City Lube and Wash offers quick lube service and has 4 self-serve car wash bays plus 1 automatic touchless car wash with on-site services including oil and fuel service on gasoline and diesel vehicles, including motorcycles. Differential service, also vacuum bays with a vending machine and a carpet shampooer. And Elk City Lube and Wash is your authorized Schaefer lubricant distributor. Schaefer products provide advanced lubricants for improved performance, reliability, and economy. Elk City Lube and Wash, 316 Northeastern Avenue in Elk City, 1/2 mile north of Walmart. Proudly owned and operated by Phil and Mary Wynn.
Got problems? God can fix them. This is Pastor Andy Taylor inviting you to come as you are to Trinity Fellowship in Sayre.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
And thanks for sticking around. For you to keep making money, your equipment, your machinery have to keep running. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Whether it's high pressure, low pressure, suction return, doesn't make any difference. Call 303-1123. They custom make hoses for you. 303-1123. Go to those who know hose. That's American Hose and Supply next to Fred's Steakhouse in the Camrock building. Now, if your power goes out at midnight, you can call Carter Electric because they provide 24-hour emergency electrical service on your side of the meter. Want to make sure the power stays on regardless of the weather? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. Kervin and Mary Orgain, they're the owners. They're the ones that help you see the light of day, even at night. A lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. Call them at 225-2447, 225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
This morning we have patchy freezing fog before 10 a.m. This afternoon we'll gradually becoming sunny with a high near 54. South-southwest wind 6 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Tonight, clear with a low around 31. South wind 6 to 9 miles per hour, becoming west-southwest after midnight. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 65. Southwest wind 6 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 58. North wind 7 to 11 miles per hour, becoming east-southeast in the afternoon. Thursday, sunny with a high near 65. Friday, sunny with a high near 53. Saturday, sunny with a high near 44. And Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 47.
All right. Okay, here we go. Energy news in my briefs. The U.S. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum says New England and California are to blame for their own high electricity rates because of policies that drove fossil fuel power plants to close. Also says the state's use of imported oil makes them national security risks. An oversight group for PJM interconnection calls on the grid operator to stop approving data centers until it has enough power plants and transmission lines to accommodate their demand for power. A proposal to build a 150-megawatt data center in a Baltimore suburb meets resistance from residents and state officials who worry the project could make electricity more expensive and less reliable, while burdening an already disadvantaged community. And the future of once-touted Appalachian Regional Clean Hydrogen Hub is in question after the Trump administration cuts off new funding and considers canceling existing grants for it and other hydrogen hubs. U.S. Department of Energy awards a $400 million grant to the Tennessee Valley Authority to speed development of a small modular nuclear reactor in eastern Tennessee. Alabama regulators approved billing changes that will keep Alabama's power rates level for 2 years after an analysis finds its customers pay the highest electricity bills in the country. An OK 80 megawatt and 180 megawatt solar farms through an agreement with Meta. And finally, environmental activists, business groups, and consumer advocates unite against a proposal that would add $22 to $55 a month to New Jersey residents' utility bills to pay for the construction of a new nuclear plant for years before it would even begin operation. All righty. What do you got over there as far as energy stock price? You give us some good news.
I mean, it's Monday. Mondays are never that
Yeah,
great.
you're right. It's kind of a mixed bag. And,
It is.
yeah.
It is. American Electric Power is down $1.27, trading at $116.27. Apache is down 24 cents, trading at $26.86. Baker Hughes is down 60 cents at $48.60. ConocoPhillips is up 35 cents at $94.04. Devon Energy is up 69 cents at $38.16. EOG Resources is up 14 cents at $112.28. Expand Energy is down $1.75 at $121.11. General Electric is up $4.03, trading at $287.91. Halliburton is up 5.5 cents at $28.51. Helmerich & Payne is down 18 cents at $29.71. Liberty Energy is up 4.5 cents at $19.55. Occidental Petroleum is down 48 cents at $41.93. OG&E Energy is down 27 cents at $43.11. ONEOK is down 64 cents, trading at $75.70. Phillips 66 is up 25 cents at $139.56. Sandridge Energy is even at $15.22. Schlumberger is up 17 cents at $38.64, and Williams Companies is down 96 cents, trading at $61.84.
Ooh. Well, Big Elk basketball, Big Elk TV underway this week. They start with Clinton coming to Elk City tomorrow night to the Pioneer Center, the Palace on the Plains. The Elkettes play at 6:30. The Big Elks follow at 8. And then as the week continues, Big Elks head to Childress Invitational. Skinny getting mail down there at Childress, Texas, looks like. They play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with time still to be determined. You can watch all that action on BigElkTV.com. ParagonTV.com for a low price of $9.99 a month. You get all 8 schools, their live programs, their archives, all the Lexi interviews. You get a whole lot for that small price. Tomorrow night, Hydro Eakley at Leedy. Mered versus Cheyenne Raiden at Cheyenne. Eric at Hollis. That's a girls-only game. These are tomorrow night. Shattuck at Hammond. Arapahoe Butler at Thomas Fay Custer. And then it's tournament week, Thursday through Saturday, 11th through the 13th. Arapahoe Butler at Leedy tournament. Cheyenne Raiden at the South Canadian Classic. Eric, the Best of the Southwest tournament. Leedy at South Canadian Classic. Sentinel at Chattanooga tournament. Canute, Burns Flat, Dill City tournament. Merritt at Moreland tournament. And Hammond at Minko tournament. So it's tournament week on Paragon TV. Catch all that action. Be sure and catch it, unlike the Chiefs catching Mahomes' passes last night.
And don't forget, if any of them are playing at the same time, you can watch them all at the same time.
Multi-view.
It's so worth it.
You know it. It's good to see you this Monday morning. People can call you if they want to better their business.
Absolutely. Call me right here at the station.
59696. Ask for TJ. For TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I promise. We'll talk to you again. Have yourself a great day.
We're like the drill in your toolbox, helping you get the job done. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.
News, I'm CJ Papa. Americans are feeling the pinch from sticky inflation. Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy telling Fox
President Biden was an inflation